Here we go. The NFL is about to screw the Chiefs, and we're going to talk about it. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with All Chiefed Up this morning. Let's talk some Chiefs football. Do your boys a favor and hit that like button. Get this out to more people. Mike, let the good people of the ACU crew know who's powering this live stream.
This episode is powered by BetUS. Head over to betus.com and check out what they got going on. Right now, if you use the code YouTube150, you get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit. Then on those next two deposits, you're going to get 125% deposit match bonuses. Those are up to $2,000, so take advantage. The site's easy to use. There's plenty of props. Go to betus.com. Use the promo code YouTube150. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way. Special shout out, BetUS. Appreciate everything they do for us. Steve, let's play let's play a little obvious here, and let's talk about what the NFL's doing to the Chiefs. But first we do that, I want to say this about Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to play this week, Steve. I really do. What do you think about it?
I've been saying that. I don't think he's going to sit out. I don't think he would allow it. And on top of that, it's like I don't think the injury is as bad as some of the other ones he's played through. So I think he'll be playing for sure. These games are critical. You win two of them. You win two of the last three. You have the 1 seed. I don't think Patrick's going to sit.
Right. So we seen him take the mic yesterday, and he said something. I'm gonna play that clip in just a minute. He said something that just makes me firmly believe he's going to play this week, and I'm going to play that for you. But before I play that, he also practiced. He stretched. Look, a lot of people went nuts yesterday because Casey Starr, Jesse Newell, they took a picture of Mahomes stretching, and he was wincing a little bit. Wince. Shout out to the ex-user that said he was wincing. But people freaked out about that. They're like, "How dare you take a screenshot like that? He was fine. He was all day long." And it's like, it was just a picture.
Is that funny? Like, first of all, like, it wasn't photoshopped. It's real.
Yeah, it's a real
just
picture.
Because they caught a moment in time of him wincing at the pain of his ankle, apparently you want to hide that from people.
Yeah,
don't make people upset. You have to protect the people of Chiefs Kingdom. They should live in a bubble. They're a bunch of sissies. So whatever you do, don't show them the real picture. Show them one where he's smiling.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Is that what we're doing?
I guess so, because people freaked out over that.
Yeah, it was weird.
But he did on the day. He was a full participant. He did stretch. He did all the things he was supposed to do. It was a very, very light practice yesterday. Andy Reid even said that, Steve. But he got through the full practice, and hopefully with no setbacks. But this is the clip I want to show you where Patrick Mahomes talks about the ankle injury, and this is why I think he's going to play this week.
I'll push myself to get to the best place possible over these next few days, and we'll be able to make a decision then.
How does it feel compared to the Jacksonville injury? Similar?
Jacksonville was worse. I would say. That one was pretty significant. This one didn't feel good by any means. But the Jacksonville one, just the way I got caught, I didn't really get this last one. I kind of got my feet out at the very end, whereas that Jacksonville one I didn't really get to. Obviously it's responded better, quicker. I think that'd be the best thing to say. But I want to be in a better spot than I was in that next game going up against the Bengals. So I'll try to see if I can get there.
There it is, Steve. So he said it wasn't as bad as the Jacksonville game because then his cleats got stuck in the ground, his feet got stuck, and he really got the brunt end of it. This one, he said his cleats released at the last second. He was able to get his ankle released just a little bit. And then he even said that after the game, they went through some physical therapy. They went through some little thing, giving it medicine and ice and everything, heat, whatever they do to it. And he said it actually responded pretty quick and faster than the other one. And if that responds faster and it was less of a hit, now that's not saying he couldn't have any setbacks. But at this point, after saying all of that and hearing Patrick Mahomes with his own mouth say this injury is nowhere near as bad as that other one, I expect him to play now. 100%.
Well, you have to think about the context of this too. That was the playoffs. when that happened to him, I think.
Yeah, he said
So-
that. He said that it's not so important that he must
Right.
play this week.
And then in the next game, let's be honest, if that would have been the regular season, his ass wouldn't have been out there. He was hobbling around. It
Yeah.
looked rough. It looked very, very bad.
Who did they play the next game? Was it the Bengals?
The
I mean, he
Bengals.
did reference the Bengals. He said he wanted to get
Right.
better. So
So,
okay.
yeah, I don't think if it was a regular season game, he would have been out there. So, yes, that ankle injury was worse than this one, but that doesn't mean that 100% he will play just because this one's not as bad as that one, because it's a different scenario. But at the same time, like I said earlier, I think these 3 games coming up are pretty important, and they're all 3 playoff teams.
Yeah, they are. So we square off against the Texans on Saturday, Steve, and the NFL just tipped their hand. They're about to screw the Chiefs. They've tipped their hand. It's coming, Steve. And
Well, why
what's the
wouldn't
big
they?
news? Referees for the Texans-Chiefs game Saturday, 1 p.m., Carl Cheffers. Look, Cheffers is our new, according to Football Zebras, he is our assignment for the week. Here it is, right here in writing. Texans at Chiefs, Carl Cheffers, 1 p.m. This game will be played on NBC or the app Peacock. So if you have that, you can watch the game. Steve, Carl Cheffers, there's no other way around it. This guy's hated by Kansas City. He's an ass clown. He's not been in a game all year long for the Chiefs. Not a single game. We've avoided him all the way up till now. We've only got 3 games left. But the NFL says, nay. With 3 games left, not only will Patrick Mahomes battle an ankle injury, not only are you at home where you kind of play worse football. I don't know why, but you do. But then they said, we're going to give you Carl Cheffers, and we're going to make sure you lose this game. So that way, you can't sit your stupid starters on the Netflix game, because Netflix paid us way too much money for Kansas City to not play their starters. And then on top of that, we're going to make this very interesting over the last 2 weeks and give the Bills the easiest way possible to try to get that number 1 seed, because everybody's Josh Allen crazy. I think the Chiefs are about
Hey,
to get
rephrase that.
hammered and
Rephrase
screwed
that.
this week.
Rephrase that. People aren't Josh Allen crazy. They're Josh Allen horny. They're humping the sides
They
of
are.
couches. They're humping banisters. They're humping anything they can hump over Josh Allen right now. It is absolutely insane. People need to cover their eyes when they're watching ESPN because they're having full-on wax sessions.
Dude,
like it's
insane.
insane.
They've even got
It's
Nick
crazy.
Wright. They've even got Nick Wright like dry humping over here.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
It's
But here's-
insane.
And you know what, Mike? You did have a tinfoil hat on just now. I get it.
It's okay. I know it's going to happen. I'm preparing
Hey,
myself
all
for
right.
the worst.
Right, you did. You had your tinfoil hat on. But that doesn't sound too far-fetched. You have to think that probably some things go on the back end of the NFL. It's a billion-dollar industry. And, yes, they probably got a huge deal with Netflix.
They got a monstrous deal with Netflix.
Right, to play that game on Netflix. And I can't say that there wasn't at least one meeting this week where a bunch of guys in freaking suits that are probably fat and annoying got together and they were like, Patrick Mahomes has to play this game. Has to. Like, you
Yeah,
know they had that
know
conversation.
They know they're going to play. He's made of rubber.
You know they had that
This
conversation.
cat was going to play, and they knew it. But you know who else? And they come in and they said, look, you got to lose at least one, because if the Chiefs win another game, this is pretty much a wrap at this point on the 1 seed. So you got to make it dramatic as you can for the last 2 weeks. And just in case, the Bills drop one of these two, you got to make it a little bit easier on them.
And, just because it's Carl Cheffers isn't an automatic loss. It's not like they're just, okay, the Chiefs have to lose this game. But don't tell me when you want something to go a certain way, you don't just at least stack the deck a little.
Oh, Carl Cheffers loves to stack the deck. If you
Well,
remember,
that's the NFL stacking the deck is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we know there's a history of Carl Cheffers hating the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get
It's
into
been
that just a
said
little bit.
out of his mouth. It's been reported by credible sources over and over again, to the point to where last time he reffed against the Chiefs that it was talked about, like, what the hell is the NFL even doing here? And here it is again.
yeah, here it is again in the most important game of the year, because technically we can just it's our last home game, and we can pretty much put a wrap on this number 1 seed if you win this one. I mean, it is that important to be honest.
I mean, you still have to win one more.
You got to win one more, but I mean, come on, which is easier? I think the Texans are probably a little bit. I don't know. Texans or Steelers, but I think that's what it comes down to.
I think all 3 of these games are equally tough.
They're very tough, but I
Yeah.
think the NFL is going to say, look, we're going to make it come down to the last 2 weeks for ratings. And Netflix is going to get theirs. And you know who else? You know what else kind of surprised me a little bit? Who else come out this week right off the rip? It was Vegas come out, and they knew a little something too before Carl Jeffers was even announced. Before Mahomes even was announced. They've got the Chiefs as underdogs at home versus a Texans team that's not won nowhere near as many games. So there's a few signs pointing to the Chiefs are about to get the shot.
Right. I mean, if I see the Chiefs as an underdog, that seems like a good bet to make. Doesn't it? Like that seems like, hey, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah,
but they're
that's
never
what
the
I'm saying.
underdog.
Seems like you're going to put some money on the Chiefs, huh? Try
Right.
to make a little bit.
Our boy Chris Wright in the house, member for 17 freaking
Let's
months.
go, Chris.
Probably longer than that, but YouTube's a slap nut sometimes. 75 million Netflix paid per game on Christmas, so 150 mil
Right.
for both.
So you think they want to put $75 million on the Chiefs' backup quarterback?
They don't
and
want to
possibly
put $75
most of our
million on
starters?
Prince Harry. They don't want to do that.
They don't want to see Kelsey take any time off. They don't even want to see D-Hop get a breather. And sorry to say, D-Hop may just not play one of these last 3 games just to secure that 4th round pick everybody's been talking about, Steve.
Yeah, just real quick, Mike, before we move on. 4672 Build says, remember when Arrowhead almost made Jeffers cry?
Yes.
Go back a couple years ago and watch the Raiders game where they called some BS calls and the crowd went crazy. He started cracking up on the live mic.
He was crying almost.
Dude, he should have been crying because I remember that game specifically, and he was out there doing what he does.
Well,
just giving us the shaft, bro.
So look, Jeffers, look what I've dug up on Jeffers here. Shefford has refereed 12 playoff games in his career, and only once has he assessed 100 yards of penalties against a team, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. 11 penalties for 120 yards. Casey's worst penalty game of the season. That was against Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Of course, that game was terrible.
You remember that first half was nothing but bogus penalties that pretty much put the Chiefs in a comeback, throw the ball every down scenario.
So they could pin their
with
ears
a
back and
makeshift
destroy it.
offensive line. That's exactly what that was. That bogus play to Mike Evans at the end of the half that gave him a touchdown right before the half or whatever. Ridiculous. Jeffers worked 3 Kansas City games in 2020 and assessed 10-plus penalties against the Chiefs in all 3 of those. Kansas City had only 2 10-game penalties in their other 17 games the Chiefs played that season. So every game Jeffers has done, we've had 10-plus penalties. To go on and make matters worse, the last time the Chiefs saw Jeffers in 2022, that was Week 15 against Houston. Does that sound familiar? We're getting ready to go Week 15 against Houston. Does it sound like history repeating itself? Kansas City also drew Jeffers in Week 5, which is what our commenter said, versus the Raiders. The Chiefs won 30-29, but that game featured a controversial sack fumble recovery of Derek Carr by Chris Jones, was a roughing the passer call. But I went back to that 2022 game, and that was this game versus the Texans, Steve, where we won in overtime. But that was when we had a great team. Mm-hmm. And then that measly, crappy Texans game took us all the way to the end because
of officiating.
Calls. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. And look at the penalties. 10 penalties for 102 compared to just 4 for a 1-11 team at the time. They played such disciplined football that they get 4 penalties for 30 yards.
That's the thing about this. That's the thing about this. If you look further into this in the context of it, Andy Reid teams are normally very disciplined.
This year we're not. So I'm looking for Jeffers to have 24.
He'll have a field day. He'll have a field day. Juwan Taylor is screwed.
Yeah, he's toast this week. This will be the week that Juwan Taylor gets the 10 penalties.
Juwan Taylor better bring some P. Diddy style lube. That's all I got to say. Because he's about to get it and get it hard. And listen, here's the thing about it. If you go back, just for context on all those games, Andy Reid teams are historically disciplined, and they're normally within the top 3 to 5 in at least penalties in the entire league.
Right.
Like they were averaging 5.
Steve, Bills fans will say
those
that's
games
because
where they got 11.
The Chiefs get all the calls. What are we doing? We're doing a whole episode crying about the officials.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare
I can hear it now.
You got the balls to do that.
Josh Allen, by the way, has the most roughing the passer penalties since it's been invented. He's outdid Brady. Brady played till he was a 90-year-old grandpa. A Tom Brady fought in the First World War. Is how long he played football, okay? And he has got less roughing the passer penalties to Josh Allen. Josh Allen's been in the league for like 6 years. What are you talking about at this point? Like, this dude flops and fakes and cries. It's absurd. So everybody can take that one and get out.
I'm telling you.
It's just ridiculous.
It's going to be a spectacle, I'm sure. Gil with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Gil. If you guys didn't notice, there's this new little feature on YouTube that we thought we'd try out today. There's actually a goal. So if we hit our goal on Super Chats, there's like a little celebration thing. So I don't know. Check it out.
There's a celebration? Does YouTube give us a celebration, or do we have to create our own celebration?
I think it said that we're gonna give away
so
a
we create
tumbler
our
to
own
a top dono,
Gotcha.
and they get a shout out on the next live stream. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. It's the first time we've ever seen it, so I was like, let's click this button and see what happens.
You know what else I found too? We got a watcher named Brian Parrott. Okay, Brian Parrott. And when we went to Kansas City and we met the fans at the old meet and greet, our second annual Chew with the Crew, Brian Parrott gave me a little something here, and he gave me one of these Chiefs minnow fishing lines.
I thought we were giving that away.
Yeah, that's what he said, to give it away to Chiefs Kingdom. You know, because there's got to be some fishermen out there. And so I found it because it got stored away in some of our posters and stuff. But I found it, so we're going to give that away too. I'll give that away to whoever loves the fish. Throw out a little dono and tell me you love to fish and you'd like that, and I'll send it out your way. How about that?
Do it. But Mike, so the Chiefs are in the back stretch of this season. It's crazy to think there's only 3 weeks left. It's also crazy to think that the Chiefs have only lost one game, especially the way that these games have been grinded out. And what's even crazier is the fact that they've only lost one game at this juncture. They're 13-1. 13-1. And they have to win 2 of the last 3 games just to get the 1 seed. Like, it's crazy how this has fallen.
Well, it's all because Buffalo's had an overachieving season.
Oh, they've been overachieving like hell. Yeah.
Yeah, they're big time overachievers. Look, did I think that they were going to get rid of Stephon Diggs and have new coordinators and everything and just
They
gel
lost
like
their
this?
whole defense. Bothey safeties. They
But
lost
these guys,
Gabe Davis. They
They
lost a
feel
lot of
like
guys.
they feel like they're the same team in a way as, you know, Chiefs teams past, where they could put up tons and tons of points effortlessly. I'll get it right in a second. And
English is hard. You know?
and it just seems like their defense isn't stopping nobody right now. But when we played them, defense looked lights out. Defense always looks lights out when you play the Chiefs, don't they? Look, the Bengals wasn't able to stop anybody all year, but in game 2, those cats were out there looking like the 85 Bears.
Right.
Is the Chiefs' offense that bad that every team we run into just immediately turns into the 85 Bears on defense?
Mike, it's just the same thing you've always heard.
Or is it just the Chiefs' aura? They play up to the Chiefs.
They do. I think people try to play up to the Chiefs, and I think that there was an example of that last week. One of the Browns players, I think it was one of the cornerbacks, if I'm not mistaken, but he was actually talking about the game with the Chiefs, and he was like, hey, this is our playoff game. This is our Super Bowl. We're out here trying to, and I think that speaks to how a lot of teams see the Chiefs. Like, you're
Isn't
playing.
that sad a little bit?
It's not, though.
You're
I mean,
grown,
that's natural.
You're a grown, paid NFL player, and your team has won 2-3 games. And you define success as a season as if you can beat the Chiefs in the regular season.
I don't think it's that. I just think it's one of those things. Like, it's the big dog. Like, you're playing. All eyes are on you this week. Like, you're playing the team that's the most popular team in the entire world.
I would be scared to beat the Chiefs if I sucked. And I'm going to tell you why. I would be afraid that they would think, if we went out there and beat the Chiefs, I would be afraid our upper management would think that these scrub-ass players were good and they'd keep them a little longer. I'd be afraid that they would think that they've hired a good coach that they haven't. And they've sucked. But yet you get this one squeaky win, and now everybody gets 3 more years to come in and keep the team sucking. I would be like, I hope Kansas City blows us out.
Yeah,
Let's fire the house.
I don't know about that one. Our boy Kyle says, Becky Pigtail's granddaughter loves fishing. Send it to her with the freaking 5 bomb.
Oh, does she?
Hey, man, that's
I'll
awesome.
send it to her. Brian Parrott will probably be down with that. So, yeah.
Hey, Kyle, we appreciate your generosity.
Appreciate you, Kyle. Becky,
Always the man.
Becky or Kyle, I don't know if you guys are pals or what, but send us your shipping address, and I'll get that out to your granddaughter. Is that what it said?
Either way, Mike, whoever it was, they're going to get that nice little fishing lure
go.
there. 5 bomb from Kevin Anderson says, how much impact will Hollywood make the rest of the year, and will he play on Saturday? So I don't know if you'll see Hollywood on Saturday.
I would love to see it, though.
Maybe at least sprinkle them back in a little bit of salt.
Yeah, let him
Bay,
have
if you
maybe
will.
10, 15.
boop.
Just
a little bit of,
see what he
little bit
can
of
do.
Hollywood here, a little bit of Hollywood
Like, do you
there.
think? Do you like? Obviously, Andy said his conditioning wasn't a problem. This has not been a lower body injury. This cat, after 3 weeks, 4 weeks after surgery,
Right.
could be out there doing whatever he wanted. Catching the ball, that's just something like a wide receiver's born with an instinct to catch a ball. So it's timing, it's things like that. The only way to get that back is to get out there and play a little bit.
Right.
So why just your shoulder's not getting any healthier between, this Saturday and next Wednesday or Thursday, whenever Christmas is. I've already forgot. I'm trying to block it out.
It's Wednesday, I think. I don't know.
Netflix is coming down. Netflix will make sure I remember when Christmas is.
Maybe it's Thursday.
But yeah, so I don't think he gets any healthier. So I don't think that's a thing. But if he's been practicing all week long, and they opened his practice window last Friday, Steve, I don't see why he couldn't get out there and run a few plays.
Well, that's the thing about it. That's how much impact he could have on the rest of the year. I think that could be a significant impact. And let me explain. Some people have been talking about the silver lining of Patrick Mahomes' little ankle issue is that it could calm him down a little bit, keep him from pressing, make him get rid of the ball faster. It could dehorn him just enough to realize I can chill. I can put the ball into the hands of my playmakers, which is something we've talked about. If that were to happen as a result of the bum ankle, and then you add another 4-2 guy on the field. So you have Xavier Worthy and him running a 4-2. Then you have a Hall of Fame tight end, a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Your wide receiver 4 at that point is Juju Smith-Schuster, which is insane because he can be effective. We've seen him have over a 100-yard game this year. We've seen the touchdown last week. So at that point, man, if you're just putting the ball into the hands of your playmakers and letting them eat, it's nice to have another guy on the field like Hollywood Brown. So I think it could be a significant impact.
Yeah, I do too. I think Hollywood Brown can flat out play the position. I think he offers something that our receivers right now cannot offer. And I know that's weird to say, but Xavier Worthy is still just a rookie, and he's still just getting into he's barely even scratching the surface of what he's going to be able to accomplish. And in an alternate reality, this kid should have had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns already, and is probably running away with Rookie of the Year. So
Yeah.
if that would have happened, and it was so close to happening, just a little bit of a timing issue, but he's still not there 100%. Like, he don't know all the nuances of everything. He doesn't know the offense, and a lot of people say maybe Hollywood doesn't either because he hasn't, but Hollywood is a seasoned veteran that's been here. He knows how to win and win quick, and I'm telling you, we need a man beater that can win very, very quickly, and Hollywood Brown can do that. And so if Pat is getting pressed, if Pat has to go to a hot route, not only does he just have to rely on Kelsey, who's now 34, 35, and got to work some magic, and he don't have to rely on a rookie, and we know Justin Watson ain't going to do it, and Juju's not going to win that quickly. D-Hop's not a real quick winner, let's be honest. Like, he's not that guy.
He's just
Hollywood
a winner.
could be it.
Just throw him the ball.
D-Hop is a winner, but D-Hop's
Just
not
throw
going
him
to
the
win a
ball.
route within 2 seconds. He's not got that quickness and shiftiness.
I
He
agree,
never
but
had
I
that.
think in a different aspect, he's already won. Just throw him the ball.
He's won the game of life, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate that, Kevin. 5 bomb from Mike says, big fishing guy here. Love that you guys keep it real. Appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for the 5 bomb. We already promised that fishing lure to somebody else, but we might have to look. We might have to see where Brian Parrott acquired this because it seems like we have some fishermen out here. I've seen a lot in the chat say that they like to fish.
Okay.
So I think
I'll maybe see if I can find some more of those. But
maybe you should.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, Brian Parrott's causing a ruckus in the chat. What else is new? We knew Brian Parrott would get that going for us.
Mike, we got our boy Flapjack in the house with a freaking nuke. The 50 bomb. Let's go, baby. This is Merry Christmas, homies. Appreciate you, Flapjack.
Flapjack is the man. Flapjack,
Let's go.
he will. I don't know how Flapjack even afforded to give me $50 right now because he had to go buy a new TV. He broke it during the last game.
Well, TVs are cheaper than they used to be. I've noticed they have a pretty
True.
good price on those lately.
True.
I hope he went and got at least a 75-inch.
I'm hoping Flapjack just rocks the old school box TV.
You think
The
he
old
got?
$21 box TV off Facebook Marketplace.
What about one of those that used to sit on the floor with the wood panel around it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
What is it?
Like when we were kids.
Yeah, man.
It matched perfectly with like the terrible furniture that was like burnt orange and white.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It had, like,
Flapjack is
designs.
a look. Flapjack is Mahomes' lover, but Flapjack will hold Mahomes accountable. He's been on Mahomes' ass all year
Because he loves him, Mike.
So I know you're harder on the people you love. If you don't care, you don't care, right? But I'm curious to see what Flapjack thinks. Flapjack, let me know in the chat. Do you think Patrick Mahomes should play this week if he's ready to go, or would you just rest him to rest him?
Yeah, we want to know about that.
I don't think I would rest him to rest him.
I think you play him. Honestly.
Yeah, I honestly think you probably
Especially if
have
he's
to.
ready to go. If he says he's ready to go and he's cleared by the medical staff, I just think why be over? Like, just
Andy was getting asked that question kind of yesterday too. Was, well, you know how Patrick's a gamer. Like, he's not going to give it to you straightforward. And Andy kept saying, no, Pat's going to tell me straight up.
I think
And everybody's like, you think Pat's really going to, like, Pat's always going to say he's ready to play. If he's missing, he could be missing all three of his legs, huh?
Right.
Huh?
All three. JCP says, any idea why Juju hasn't been utilized since his 130-yard game? Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed that about Andy Reid's offense. It doesn't particularly
Weird, huh?
just let one player eat, unless your name's Travis Kelce in the past 6 years. But this year it hasn't been that. It's like, I don't know if it's designed that way, if it's more the way Pat plays, but they don't necessarily just let one guy go off. If he's having a good day, they don't really do that.
Right.
Which is strange because I feel like you want to give the ball to the hot hand, but we don't seem to do that, man. Like, it seems like almost every game, even if Pat has a really big game statistically, it's spread out between like 9, sometimes 10 people.
Yeah. It's also one of those things where it's like, he just said, you could have Juju come in for a week and just tear it up, and then you won't hear from Juju for 6-7 weeks. That's just the way Andy and them. I think it's because it's an ultimate. For one, Pat's never really had that go-to reliable guy besides Mahomes. Now, he did have that somewhat with Tyreek Hill. But once Tyreek Hill left, he's never really had that one go-to receiver that he can just pepper over and over again. He's never had the Wes Welkers that the Tom Brady's had, or he's never had the Julian Edelmans. He's never had things like that. So I think it's always just been Kelce or nothing. And then everybody else, Pat just always had to do a good job of just whoever's open,
Right.
whoever is winning routes gets the ball. And I think they still operate on that. So not only does Andy's game plan change from week to week and what they want to accomplish, and if they don't want to feature Juju, then it turns into, whoever's winning routes. But we did see that Juju was getting a lot of routes the other day, but he didn't get a lot of targets after that. Well, he got one early, he got that touchdown early, and then you never kind of heard from him again.
You think what happens? Andy Reid's like, Juju had 130 yards last game. He worked his ass off. So this week, we just might let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch.
He doesn't have to put up 130 every game.
He's let him watch for about 7 weeks. Hey, how about you let the boy loose? I'm sure the closer it gets to playoff time and even in the playoffs. And again, I don't know if it's like holding back players and plays, but I think what it becomes is that Andy, he wants to make sure his guys are rested. He wants to make sure they're healthy. He wants to make sure everybody understands everything. And then once the playoffs get there, you're in a 1-win or lose and go home scenario, right? So it's like every game, he has to, like, if you get to the playoffs and you don't play D-Hop, I don't care if it's the first round, second round, third round Super Bowl. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's a play-in game to get to the playoffs. If we had to win versus Denver or not even be in the playoffs, like in week 17, that's where you just have to, your best players got to play. I don't care how tired D-Hop is. I don't care what D-Hop knows, what he doesn't. D-Hop needs to be playing every play he can play, right? So there is no sitting people in this and that. But I think that's why our offense and everything starts to gel more, because you see more people play more snaps, and the bigger playmakers are always on the field more. And I think that's why our offense actually does better.
Absolutely. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. If you're just rolling in, we're about halfway through the Chiefs O Power Hour here on Wednesday. Appreciate you guys for being here. Do us a favor. There's 868, 870 watching right now across 3 platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button for us. It just takes a second. If you're on X, make sure to repost this out to your followers. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. Let them know where to get some good Chiefs content. But like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back. Christmas is right around the corner, and we've brought back the popular Merry Chiefsmas sweater and hoodie in the store. Just go to merch.allchiefedup.com, and you can use the code ACUSANTA. That's ACUSANTA, and you can get 20% off of everything in the store until the end of the year. So get your hands on those and give some gifts to your family and friends.
Yeah, buddy. It's almost Christmas time, Steve. Have you done all your Christmas shopping?
Nope. And I'm going to go to merch.allchiefedup.com, and I'm going to order some stuff with 20% off with the code ACUSANTA.
For your own family. If you buy me something all chiefed up for Christmas, Steve, I'm going to be pissed.
No, you're not. You're going to love it.
Actually, I would probably like it. You know, like one of those Christmas sweaters or something. A nice little tumbler. But also, want to give a shout out to Foco. Foco, we partner with Foco. A lot of people collect their stuff. A lot of people don't. But hey, go check out Foco with the link in the description. I've got that up too. Right now, they're doing a neon bobblehead for Patrick Mahomes. They're only going to do 224 of those. Steve cracks up over this. Okay, it's funny. But this is the way Foco works, man. So go check those out. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you. And if you got somebody that likes a nice neon bobblehead of Patrick Mahomes, do that, man. Go check them out. Steve, what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about, bro? You're crying right now. Dude, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I can't.
I know what you're doing.
Let me catch my breath.
I know what you're doing. I know you're laughing.
I'm going to pass out mid-live stream. Calm
I think
down.
we all
have to
know,
chill.
but what are you going to do about
Nothing. We got to get a 2-bomb from Casey Lions squad.
it? Dude, you can't do it. You're just done right now.
Okay, hold on. Focus.
Focus.
Everybody's leaving. They're like, this guy's an idiot. What a slap nut. We're out of here. All right, Casey Lions called with the 2 bombs. As Kelsey said on his show that Brown will play Saturday. What do you think about that? Kelsey out there making bold predictions.
That Brown's going to play? Yeah, I think I've seen somebody post that. I would love to see it. Like I said, he has practiced. He's practiced. So there's no reason to sit him any longer if he's ready to go, in my opinion. Steve, you're just losing it. Are you still going?
I don't know what's wrong with me.
I know why you're laughing. I already know.
I need some sleep.
No, I already know why you're laughing. I'm going to bring up why you're laughing. You want to know why you're laughing?
Don't.
You're laughing.
Don't do it. You're running the show. Why Delonte West? Because of the Delonte West bobblehead for sale?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what I've been.
I can't help it, dude. You know. Janae said I laugh weird. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's rough.
Janae, I know you didn't mean anything by that, but if you knew what we go through every single day, you would be like, even the laugh. It gets it from you, Steve. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Flapjack with the 2 bombs says, lace them up. Lace them up, Flapjack.
Let's go.
Appreciate the 2 bomb, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Just Hollywood Brown, if he does play on Saturday, like I said earlier, I think that'd be a good thing to get him sprinkled in there a little bit. Get his feet back underneath him.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think this offense was kind of like focused for Hollywood Brown the entire offseason. And then all of a sudden, the first play of the preseason, he's out for the season, they think. So now you get that big piece back in here now that you've already tweaked the offense to everything else. So it'll be interesting to see what Andy Reid comes up with for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it's gonna be fun, but I think Hollywood might play a little bit, and I'm excited for it. Brian Parrott said you laugh like Beavis.
I can't help it.
Steve, we are like Beavis and Butthead, though. I mean, we grew up on them.
Like the real life versions.
I mean, come on, like, you know, we're 40. We make fart jokes, wiener jokes. We eat nachos very consistently.
Yeah.
Now, what we don't do
true.
is watch MTV a lot anymore. So we're not watching.
I don't
MTV
even know if that's a
videos.
thing.
MTV's a thing, but I don't think they show videos. I don't think they've shown videos since 1999.
Is it
or
really?
something like that.
Is it
So,
really still a channel?
Yeah. Good
My-
guy, Shadow. You're gone. Look, you're going to bring up stupid crap like this. I hate when people on here act like they know what they're talking about. You just rolled in 35 minutes and 20 seconds to say, what is this clickbait title about? It's not clickbait. The NFL's about to screw the Chiefs. That's our theory. Deal with it, good guy, Shadow. You know what else you can do with? You can deal
to
with
the pit.
You can deal with the pit, okay? So to the pit of doom, you go. You're out. I don't even want people. You know, I hate people that think they know everything.
There's a lot of those, Mike.
This dude has never been on YouTube a day in his life. And you would think we were the only channel in the world
Hey,
that may
why
want,
did Ray Ray get banned?
that may want to title anything.
Mike got so mad he just banned Ray Ray.
I didn't do that one. Somebody else must have got that one.
That's great. Go
I hope
fix
Ray
that.
Ray. Look, I'm going to keep Ray Ray banned. I mean, I'm going to do that too because,
He's gonna
Ray-
go down with his fellow YouTuber.
yeah, because Ray
Collateral
Ray allowed
damage.
that guy in here.
Caught
I'm going to
astray.
let Ray Ray just get banned too. So sorry, Ray Ray. You will never get back in here, Ray Ray.
Oh man. But let's talk about that though. People have come in late.
Cheever
obviously,
said Ray banned himself.
he might have.
He might have after watching that guy's idiot comment.
Yeah, but why you would get Ray Ray out of the pit?
No,
he
I'm
don't-
leaving him.
Mike, he doesn't deserve to be there with guys like that. He doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's torture as hell.
But since people are coming in a little bit later, we'll go ahead and recap that a little bit. So, Mike put on his tinfoil hat this morning, and he was like, you know what? They announced that Carl Cheffers is the referee to the game against the Texans on Saturday. There's a long history of Carl Cheffers absolutely giving the Chiefs the shaft. And
After Vegas.
and this is not an opinion. This has been documented. This has been written about. People know about this. If you watch the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you know what Carl Cheffers thinks about the Kansas City Chiefs. So,
Yeah.
in a nutshell, the Chiefs have to win 2 of their last 3 games to maintain the 1 seed. If you stack the deck against the Chiefs with the Texans and the Texans were to pull out a win, that means the Chiefs have to win out, which means they have to go balls to the wall on Christmas Day Netflix game, which was paid $75 million to be on Netflix. I feel like there's some fat cats in some suits somewhere that are doing some dirty work. What do you think?
Yeah. There's always people doing the dirty work out there. And again, everybody thinks the Chiefs get all the calls. That is the furthest thing from the truth ever. Look, people make the thing. If Patrick Mahomes, if they breathe on him too hard, they'll call roughing the passer. He don't get those calls. He don't get those calls.
No, you really
Like,
don't.
if you really wanted to call something, if they really wanted to give a call, they could have called one on the high-low hit. You're not allowed to hit the quarterback that low when you're getting hit up top. Like, why wasn't that exact play a penalty?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to hit the quarterback that low. You're not allowed to hit. You're not even allowed to touch the quarterback. Can't even look at the quarterback, especially if that name's Josh Allen. You can't even look in his general direction.
Well, he's the
But
biggest
yeah.
flopper I've ever seen. He makes
So-
LeBron James look
Right. The
tough.
Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes take a lot of the vitriol from a bunch of fan bases and fans that are just losers in life and can't win games, and so they do that, and then the Lions and the Bills, on the other hand, are the ones out here reaping the benefits of the referees'
Man,
calls.
I'll tell
every
you
week.
what, I've watched a couple Lions games this year, and let
Well,
me
they
tell
get
you,
it
I
just-
wish that the Chiefs could get calls like that, man. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I would take it, but this is almost embarrassing. Like, I've seen some bad stuff. I think it might have been the Green Bay game I watched, and I was just flabbergasted at some of the calls. Who'd they play on Thanksgiving? Was it Green Bay? I can't remember. That
Yeah, it
game
might
was
have
rough.
been.
Or the Bears? Da Bears.
The Bears are like playing.
Yeah.
Like if they went to the park and just played a pickup game versus a bunch of dudes who just got off work and are like 4 beers deep.
That's because Caleb Williams is a slapnut. Jay with the 10 bomb says Patrick Mahomes has looked off all season. Do you think he's having a hard time balancing fatherhood and football? I know when my kids were babies, I never slept. So I can relate to this one too. I don't sleep. Kids are, let's put this with a disclaimer. Kids are awesome. I love all my kids.
Oh, God, I know where this is going.
They make life great. It's so much fun.
But children are monsters.
Let me tell you something. Kids are assholes. They are absolute assholes, and they will suck the life force out of your body. They will take your soul from you. They don't care about you. They hate you, actually. And they are evil, and they're mean, and they'll cuss at you. They will tear up your house. They will take your money, put it in a pile, and burn it and piss on it. Kids are bad, bad little people. And yes, I think Patrick Mahomes does have a little bit of something going on here. Because he keeps spawning these little demons out.
Yeah, he's got 2 in the world. He's got a 3rd one on the way. Okay. But I feel like if he's playing bad now, and this is your reasoning, once the 3rd one is born, that's a slippery slope that Patrick Mahomes turns into Chad Henne all of a sudden, right? Or maybe even worse than Chad Henne. You may turn into like, good night, you may turn into like Cooper Rush.
What if it came out and Patrick Mahomes and Brittany were like, we're planning on 8 kids? What would you do? Would you be like, no. We have to reevaluate.
I'm going to send Pat
You're the Mahomes, you're not the Yoders.
A
Stop.
sternly worded letter in the mail telling him to please wrap it up, big dog. Like, we're not doing it. Look, 3 is enough. 3's too many. It's possibly too many.
Bro.
But I understand. If you want to have 3, go for it. If you want to have 4 or 5, go for it. But if you have, who's got 5 kids in the NFL? Doesn't Drew Brees have 5 kids in the NFL? It didn't bother him.
Phillip Rivers had 27 kids, and Tyreek Hill has 29.
Don't affect their performances, but Tyreek Hill's not a quarterback. He just has to run really fast and catch a ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any truth to it, but it has been a thing. Every time Brittany's had a child, isn't it the first year that Mahomes has the dip year? But dude, they have to have a little bit of help.
You would think so. Like, me and the lady haven't had a kid-free day. We've had like 2 kid-free days in like 5 years. But if I was rich,
God.
I would have a nanny. And I would have a lot of
I don't think they have a nanny, though, do they? I mean, I'm sure they do,
well,
but I don't think it's like
I can respect it. I can respect the traditional.
I don't think it's like raise my child nanny.
I get that, but I think they should definitely have one.
No, Brittany's a pretty good mom. She's a great mom, actually. Like, she posts pictures up all the time. They're always doing something. Pat's always watching TV
Well,
with his
you know
kids.
what?
He's having a good time. Why not?
It's okay.
The dude makes more money taking a poop than you make all year. Okay?
You hire some help.
So
over
who
there.
could be sad about that?
You hire some help over there. KC Lion Squad with a 2 bomb says Chiefs are 18-8 when Cheffers is the head ref. Now, considering how he calls against them, the Chiefs still pull off wins. That's why I said earlier, it's not an automatic death sentence. It's not a loss per se.
No, the Chiefs are just that good.
But
We
they're
can overcome a
stacking
lot.
the deck. They're just trying to make it a little bit tougher.
And that's not saying we won't win this week, but I do believe at the end of the game, even if you win, it's going to be a very, very hard-fought battle. And it's going to be in more ways than one, not just playing the Texans. You're going to have to overcome some crazy stuff. So the Chiefs have to get it together, and the Chiefs have to have a very good game plan. They got to execute at a high level.
Right. Becky Pigtail says, you know what, though? Every child came with a Super Bowl.
Oh, they did. But wait, Pat's at 3 Super Bowls now. He needs, I guess we count the new one in the womb.
No. We don't count that one yet. That's this year. 3 Pete.
Could Pat
3 kids.
possibly have 4 on the horizon? I can't find Ray Ray on the block list, so I think that was a.
You better look harder, bro. I ain't seen Ray Ray since.
He's
missing in action.
I don't see him on the block list.
Ray Ray took a stray. He has to be. I'll take a look at it here in a little while, but I feel like you're leaving Ray Ray hanging in purgatory.
I'm not. I didn't do anything, and I went and looked, and he's just not there.
Ray Ray, if you're out there somewhere, Do what you got to do. Put something in the chat because
Let us know. Let us know how good guy is, huh?
How's he doing down there?
Okay, look, I got Ray Ray's exact username, so let me just search it by his exact username.
You got to get
Ray
it.
Ray, huh?
Mike Otto comes in here with the Wentz has what it takes. He has been humbled, so that is resolved. He still has it, and under Andy will show that when given a chance. I agree with you, Otto. I think that if a lot of people forget that Carson Wentz was an MVP caliber player. Just back in like 2018, he's throwing for 4,800 yards or something, like going ape out there, just kicking ass, taking names. Like he was going ham. And then he got injured, and, you know, he had to watch the Super Bowl team he built be led to a Super Bowl by Nick Foles. But, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't mad at that Super Bowl ring regardless. But
Nicholas Foles, huh? Dude, every time every time Wentz plays, Prince Harry. Every time Prince Wentz plays well, he has a very good season. But his whole thing's just been injuries, man. He's had some really bad injuries and he can't stay healthy a lot.
Well, the thing about it is, though, just to kind of sum it up, Mike, you mentioned it the other day, he's the best backup quarterback in the
Andy
league.
confirmed it. Andy said yesterday he should be starting in the NFL, and I said that he should be starting for at least 5 different teams.
I think there's, you could name 2 right off the top of your head where he should be starting.
Dude, if he was he should be starting in
Vegas. They would love to have him. The Cleveland Browns, we just saw what they have going on. So
I honestly think he could probably start. He may even start over somebody like who? He would have been better than Andy Dalton for the Panthers, probably.
Right, but they went back to Bryce Young.
They did, but I'm just saying, like, he could have very well started there this year. He should be starting for the Giants. There's
some
plenty
options.
of teams out there
There's
you
some
can
options
start for
sure. Absolutely. Man, Mike, what are you thinking about this game coming up? How are you feeling? I guess overall, Mahomes, he's kind of said, hey, ankle injury's not as bad as it was against Jacksonville a couple years back. But how are you feeling overall about it?
Pretty good. Flapjack says 5 bomb, donating $5 to keep Ray Ray banned. Mahomes better get his ass on the field.
Ray just catching strays today.
Ray Ray's gonna be banned because why? He's not on the ban list to unban. So if he's banned, this is YouTube's doing.
I don't see him though.
He's not there. He's not on the ban list.
It literally said Ray was banned. I saw it.
Yeah, I did too. But he's not. He's not on the. I think that there was a glitch in the YouTube matrix.
The glitch in the matrix. We just lost Ray, guys.
I think Ray just got put in a different dimension. He's in the timeline. Maybe if he ever gets back to us, maybe he can tell us what happened in the Xavier Worthy 1,000-yard timeline over there.
That's wild. Where is Ray? Guys, where in the hell is Ray?
We need to put him on a milk carton right now.
What's happening? That's great. Talon says, what the F is going on? I just got here.
We lost Ray to a different dimension.
He's somewhere right now. Have you ever seen like a movie where like it's just like they're in this alternate reality or like in a box and just walking around looking really confused? That's Ray right now. We lost him. We don't know how to get him back. And that's going to be our mission now is getting Ray back.
I got to figure out how to get Ray back. Yuck Futube, that just absolutely with a name like that, you would think that he loves YouTube. I mean, with a name like that. But he says they'll censor people in lives. I've been censored in a few lives. Do you think YouTube just censored him for some reason? And then Chiefers said, I'm telling you, he banned himself.
He just committed. Yeah.
This dude just in here, he just done.
Offed himself
Here
on YouTube.
He couldn't handle it anymore because of such a stupid comment with that guy. I hope that guy's happy down there in down in the pit, knowing that he caused Ray to go to a different dimension.
To the pit. It reminds me, we have an emoji that just says to the pit.
To the pit, send him there.
I feel like that's not utilized enough.
It's not. Lion Squad with the 2 bomb says Wentz could start on the Giants. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He could start with the Giants. Look, if I were I would start him over lots of teams. I think he could probably be starting right now. If I were the coach of the Jets, I'd start him over Aaron Rodgers at this point. Like, come on.
Papa Rogers is sucking, though.
Yeah, I don't even want to get in on what he does with his life, but it's wild.
He needs a walker over there. He's done. He's toast. He's
People's
cooked,
loving
bro.
the Ray Ray thing. The Ray Ray thing has taken over. He's walking around on a blank white screen.
We've got to figure this out. I mean,
I think he's
that's
just
all there is
done.
to it. Mike, Sharn Horse says, love the channel. Appreciate the gas. Thank you. See, for
I think
each,
he or she likes the fact that we've literally banned a person from life. Like, we don't know where they're at.
man, what are we going to do? What's up, Diego? Good to see you, man. Glad you
Yeah,
caught a
for
live
sure.
stream. But yeah, we'll figure out this Ray Ray thing, you know. It'll happen. We'll
It'll
get it.
happen. It'll happen.
It's a
Appreciate
it's a,
y'all
si-
guys
it's a
being
side
here right
quest.
now, by the way.
It's a side quest. You know, they
Yeah, I'm
happen
gonna keep.
sometimes.
I'm gonna keep trying. Maybe I just need to refresh our YouTube studio.
Maybe it's just taking a minute for him to register in the pit.
Yeah, maybe he's
They
so
have to,
lost
they have
in the
to
Matrix.
check him in. You know, it's like the doctor when you have to do all that paperwork. Would you get there?
Yeah, they're like, sir, could
Ray
you
Ray's
check your-
doing that right now. He's not
They're like,
quite in the pit yet.
Check yourself into the pit, please. It could be one of those things too, where he's so lost in the Matrix, like he has to find his way back to the pit. Like he's just completely done.
Follow
with
the
it,
bright light, Ray Ray. Follow the bright light. We got to get you back. But like Mike was saying, appreciate you guys being here. It's awesome. Everybody coming in the mornings talking to Chiefs. We're doing it on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays every week. We get a little morning show. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom for you. Appreciate y'all being here. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that like button. Share it out to your friends. And also, if you're watching on X, we appreciate you. If you could repost that out to your followers, that would be great. But yeah, we got about 10 minutes left. So get some questions in, whatever you want to do. Let's see where we're at on our goal here. We're at 11 of 20 super chats on the goal. First
We're
time I've
close. I don't
I've
know.
ever seen that weird goal thing.
Right, and I don't know what happens once
Maybe-
it hits.
Maybe I picked the wrong one. You know, I don't know. There were a lot of options, so maybe we can hit that goal. We got about 10 minutes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Macaberry says Ray Ray hit Control Alt Delete. Yeah, man, we got to figure this Ray Ray thing out.
Yeah, I'm giving it another look over. In Ray Ray's honor, he's getting a look over. Y'all wanted me to read some names of people who's in the pit just for the fun of it?
We will in a second. Paul here has a
I like
question. He says, does Patrick have a consecutive game starting streak that he doesn't want to give up? No. Because,
I don't
no,
think.
they started, what's his name? Started one game last year. They ended, the last game of the season, Patrick never starts, right? Blaine Gabbert. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Blaine Gabbert? What do you think he's doing right now? Do you think
Blaine Gabbert?
Do you think that was his username that got blocked when we accidentally blocked Ray Ray?
Could have been. That could have been Blaine Gabbert coming in, just not knowing what to do.
Jay, what's the goal? Hold on, let me look and see. It's just 20 super chats, and there's 11 right now. If we get to 20 super chats, the top donor will get a shout out on the next live stream and get an ACU tumbler. So that's the goal. I don't know. It's just some weird new feature YouTube put out, and I was like, let me click these buttons and see what happens.
Just trying it out, huh?
See what happens.
Just trying it out.
Yep. Let's see here. We got some more questions. Where'd they go? Syracuse Chris says, if Carson wants to play next year as a starter, he will give it his all, in my opinion. Well, that's the thing. I think any opportunity Carson does get to play at all, even the 4 snaps he took the other day, I think that he's got it in his head, Mike, that it is a bit of a showcase for him. I know he's getting a little bit older, so he doesn't have a whole lot of time left in the league, and he did have some significant injuries back in the day, but I think he knows he's good enough to be a starter in the league still. And so I think any opportunity he gets to be out there and be on tape, I think that's in his head. Absolutely. I think
He's
it's
confident enough as an NFL player. He knows. He's been successful in this league before. He would be fine. And we already, if you watched our video yesterday, which not a lot of people did, let's be completely honest there, that one, nobody give a rat's ass about Carson Wentz. So,
yeah,
yeah.
man, people not appreciating Prince
we
Harry
dug in
enough.
a little bit to Wentz and why it wouldn't be that bad of a thing. If need be, he starts. And so, You know, he's been successful everywhere he's went. If you look at the preseason, he only threw like 14 passes, but he had a 70-some% completion percentage. He felt like he had a good grasp of what Andy wanted to do. The long ball was there. He hit Xavier Worthy on a deep touchdown pass versus the Lions in the preseason. So he could push the ball down the field. He could do lots of things. So I think he would be completely fine. The Chiefs would not be that much of a step back. I get it. Patrick Mahomes is – somebody got mad that we called Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, Steve.
Well, they can get over it. What are they, a Tom Brady homer?
No, it was a Chiefs fan. A Chiefs fan come in here and lectured us and told us that because we called because I almost said Tom Brady, that because we call Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, that was going to his head, and that's why he stinks. As if Patrick Mahomes wakes up every day and instead of doing what he has to do or go to practice, he watches our morning show and he says, "Look at these two idiots. I'm going to go ahead and listen to them calling me the greatest in the game, and I'm never going to play again."
Well, Mike, I hate to cut you off in the middle of your rant, but just people are trying to get to this goal here. The ACU crew is like, "Hey, let's see if we can get it." But let me give you some new news. It only had a 60-minute timer on it, so there's 3 minutes and 27 seconds left to hit goal. But we had Chiefer coming in with the 2 bomb. Appreciate you, Chiefer.
Let's go.
K. Wayne, baby, with the 2 bomb.
Let's go.
Says nice. Chief Royal Hawk with the 2 bomb. Says go. Jay with another 2 bomb. Says because Nightbot said so.
Okay.
I can't tell you where we're at on the goal right now because let me click it. What happens if I click it? We need 5 more. We just need 5 more. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes flat.
Never happening, dude.
We'll see. I just wanted to give everybody an update on that because I see people trying to do the Lord's work.
Never happening. Look, I've went through the ban list too 5 times if anybody wants an update, and Ray Ray is not on the ban list, so I cannot physically take him off. So he has banned himself from life.
He's banned him. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what happened over Ray Ray.
I
think we have his email, right? Mike, we have 2.5 minutes left, and we still have people coming in here and trying to do the Lord's work here.
Oh,
Mike.
2 bomb from Jay. Says Chiefs #1 helping the goal. Right. Brother Rick.
He said, what's up with Ethan Driscoll? He's on the 53 for a reason. Where's the play action pass?
Ethan Driscoll, yeah, they keep putting him in. I think last week they swapped him back out for Kingsley. It's a revolving door with these tackles, dude, right? But Brother Rick, I love the looks like a Wheaties box behind him.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like Driscoll though. I think he could be something, a piece in the future, at least like some depth.
Driscoll played right up the road from us. He played high school football in Louisville.
Yeah, he did.
Yuck FoodTube says I'm broke, but need 4 more.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, sorry you're broke, brother. But the 2 bomb helps to get the go, and we appreciate this Lord's work. Chiefer 6'5". Our boy Chiefer's throwing in the 2. He's trying to get it going.
Hey,
we got a lot of it, Steve.
Well, let me tell you where we're at. We just hit goal, baby. Because of K. Wayne, we hit the goal.
Nikki with a 2 bomb. Shout out Nikki too. Appreciate Nikki. And then K. Wayne, 2 bomb. Rest in peace.
Let's go.
Hey, that's the most fitting hit your goal ever.
I love that was the 20th dono.
And then Yuck FoodTube says that was like watching a Chiefs game. Just right at the buzzer, we got it by a toe.
Dude, perfect analogy. Perfect.
Like we got to the very end and we said we nailed it.
K. Wayne came in here like Harrison Butker. A little Matthew Wright action. Pink.
Little Butker. Nikki dropped the 2 right at the end. That was like the little pass to Kelsey. He gets us in field goal range, and then K. Wayne comes across and says, "Rest in peace, Ray Ray." And just like that, Ray Ray didn't even get to see it.
Hey, YouTube in the new little box it has says goal achieved. Thank your audience for making it possible.
Whoa.
Hey, Michael, round of applause for the ACU crew.
I thought YouTube was going to come in here and do something fun.
You would think Andy Reid's coaching the ACU crew right now, the way that just played out. But
yeah, because, I mean, we didn't even give our best stuff. We were holding that back for future episodes. And here's what I'll say. Why doesn't YouTube, if they're going to offer a feature like that for everyone to party hard
it should be like a cool little thing when it happens.
It should be a cool thing. Should we play something fun just because we hit our goal?
Absolutely. I mean, if YouTube's not going to do it,
May I choose what we play for the people?
You go right ahead.
So for hitting our goal, the first one is one I would like to call how we feel about you guys.
I shall call you Boner Thorith. The mighty Boner Thorith.
Mike, you horned up about everybody, huh?
Horned up about everybody doing the Lord's work. But this is what I want to give everybody for this. And this is what you guys have earned today. And if you know us, you know that this is out of pure love.
For the thousands here in attendance tonight and for the millions watching at home on TV. Oh, let's get ready to suck it!
Let's go.
Yeah.
Jay with the 2-bomb says, I tutor statistics, hence my profile pic. That profile pic, Jay, every time I see it, it gives me anxiety, just so you know.
Trying to solve it. What's the answer?
Got the 2-bomb from KC Lion Squad, said Chiefs will get the number 1 seed. I'm not worried at all. Just 2 out of 3. Just 2 out of 3, guys. I mean, you're 13-1. Now you just need to be 2 out of 3. You can do it. It's going to happen. We got Phil with the 5-bomb. What's up, Phil? Good to see you.
Phil.
He said just saying hi. It's good to see you back, Phil. I feel, no pun intended, like it's been a minute. So I hope you're doing well. That's freaking awesome. Mike has been...
Jay said, hey, we hit her a go now, abandon the run game.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. I think we abandoned the run game at like 11 donos, and that's why it was so hard to get to the 20.
Hey, Paul brings this up. How about Clyde? Sad to see him go. Yeah, we haven't touched on the Clyde thing. Let's touch on Clyde for maybe like a minute or two, and then we'll wrap this up. Steve, what do you think about Clyde's time here? Like, we were kind of defenders of Clyde, but not defenders of Clyde. We thought that he could play in an Andy Reid offense, and we thought he was trustworthy for Andy. And but this year, he never really got on the field, man. That PTSD thing really messed with him, and he just couldn't get back. And that sucks to see that's how he has to go out.
Well, I'm just going to sum it up. I'm going to sum it up for you in total. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, overdrafted, right? Like, he wasn't a first-round pick. The Chiefs overdrafted him, but it was a request of Patrick Mahomes. He came in to the league his first year or two. Excellent, great stats. Played very, very well. Injuries was the name of the game for Clyde. Then Clyde also had some mental health stuff that he actually came out about this last year and let everybody know that he was dealing with PTSD and cyclic vomiting or something like that. I can't remember what it was called. Some kind of weird stuff going on there. So he was struggling, man. And I think that Clyde overall was a good player for the Chiefs when he was available. And I also think that Clyde was a spark in the locker room. I think all the guys loved him. And Clyde was a hero at the Super Bowl parade during the shooting there last year. Clyde's a good person. And I think overall, I appreciate what Clyde brought to Kansas City. So I think we should all give him a round of applause. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Clyde. Andy said he would like to have him back. And before we head out, Clyde, by the way, I'm going to give you some stats. Clyde finished 21st all-time in Chiefs rushing yards. He had 1,845 rushing yards in his small window with the Chiefs. 765 receiving yards, which ranks him number 72 in team history. And he's tied for 21st in rushing touchdowns with 12. And tied for 30th in all-time total touchdowns with 19 touchdowns for the Chiefs. So Clyde made his mark. He made his mark. But I think Clyde, if it wouldn't have been for that little injury he had where he hurt his hip, he hurt his leg in his rookie season, I think that took a little bit of his juice, man. And if that wouldn't have happened, man, you never know. Right. Almost like the old Bo Jackson effect in a way.
It happens, man. It happens. Hopefully Clyde will go on somewhere else. Probably the Bengals. I could see him meeting back up with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, old college teammates. We'll see. Hopefully Clyde will have a successful career and he can get back out there and conquer some of those personal demons he's going through. But appreciate you guys being here. Do us a favor if you haven't. Hit the like button on the way out.
Hit it.
And thank everybody for helping us get to our goal today. Everybody that donated is freaking awesome. That doesn't mean we're going to give away a tumbler. So on the live stream Friday morning, we might play a little game. We might just
we might do a tumbler.
Have Nightbot pick it. We don't know. We're going to give away a tumbler. So appreciate you guys. And
actually, that's not true. You said the highest dono in this episode gets the tumbler.
Okay. Well, we'll look at that. We'll see who that is, and we'll get you a tumbler. How about
We'll get you a tumbler, but we'll do a fun giveaway on Friday too. How about that?
Just because it's Christmas and it's the time of giving.
It's the time of giving. See you guys. Love you.
Heaven's a sight from my soul.